Now I got my own. We got everything set up. We are live here on Katt I Radio Podcast. I am your host, Young Rizzle. Yee! I'm in the building and I'm feeling like yee. R.I.P. to the Mac DRE. You already know what it is. It's Katt I Radio Podcast. I'm in the building. Yes. I love saying that. I don't own the rights to the music. Top of the it ain't even the AM. Excuse me. This is my notes from the morning, but I'm using these anyway. Good evening. It is 11:20 at night on this good Wednesday night, and all's well. Wednesday, September 11th, 11:20 p.m. All's well with me. Hope everything is all's well with everybody else. I am your host, Young Shaw Rizzle, Katt I Radio Podcast. I got some stuff on the bulletin I'm gonna talk about. First thing we're talking about is sports and everything. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. The links are in the description. IG, my Facebook, my Twitter, all my platforms. Everything will be in the description. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, man. I really appreciate all the subscriptions. I really appreciate all the engagement, all the love, all the shares, all the likes, all the comments. Please continue to do so. I appreciate everything out there. I need it all. First things first. We're gonna talk about football this week. First week of football. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna definitely get into more details. I went live after Monday Night Football because we won, but I went live on Facebook. But here we go. This is the real podcast. We're gonna talk about all the stuff that happened in football. We're gonna talk about the scores. We're gonna talk about things that happened throughout the first week of football. So stay tuned for that. That's first things first on the list. Second thing, we're gonna transition into interviews to come. The people that I updated on the list and everything like that. Check that out when you get a chance. I've already put the flyers out there. I make the flyers myself just in case anybody was wondering. But I added a few more people on the list. And those that are on the list already, I will be reaching out and we will be getting you in here. Past, present, and future is the name of that segment. We're going to get you in here, get your interview done, chop it up, put it on the internet, and we'll get the views rolling off of that. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you guys for being patient out there as well. I had to move locations, as you can see. My setup is, I'm lightweight setup, so y'all see what I'm doing. Y'all see where I'm at. Yeah. So anyway, that's number 2. Transitioning into the interviews and everything like that. We're gonna get them rolling again. Number 3 is 50 Cent. He got some stuff he got going over there in Shreveport, Louisiana. We definitely gonna talk about that. It's very inspiring. I want to touch bases on that. Number 4, education. I want to talk about education because I think it's very important, especially those that are lacking the education to educate yourself and to go out and find the information and do the due diligence of doing the the research yourself. It don't hurt to actually go out and figure it out on your own instead of relying on somebody to tell you. It's a saying out there. I'd rather for myself to fish than somebody feed me the fish. Because if you continue to feed me the fish and then one day you just stop feeding me the fish, I don't eat no more because I don't know how to fish. But if you teach me how to fish, I can go out there and fish for the rest of my life. Food for thought. We're gonna talk about education. Number 5 is I want to talk about this situation that I just seen that just transpired recently. Metro Boomin Metro Boomin mother was brutally murdered by her husband. I want to talk about that right there. That's crazy. That's sick, man. And there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of people doing that. That's very sick, though. Give me a little sip. We're gonna talk up. We're gonna talk up in my Michael Irvin voice on Undisputed. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into that and see where we go. The presidential debate is number 6. We're gonna definitely talk about Kamala Harris and Donald J. Trump. I hope I said his middle initial right. Number 7 is RIPs. Number 8, and the RIPs, what I mean by RIP is rest in peace. We're gonna talk about the rest in peace people that just passed away. Definitely from my neighborhood and also in the media. Number 8, the Boys and Girls Empowerment Group. We're gonna definitely talk about what's going on with them. They got a lot of stuff going on. It is the after school program that they got going on, so we definitely gonna talk about that. Number 9, trending right now. Shannon Sharp done exposed himself, and I don't want to say like physically expose himself. It's a IG sex tape going around. About 5 minutes, he was thrusting and goosing and having his way with the pussy. And we're gonna definitely go talk about that. We're gonna definitely get into that because he was having his way with the put. She was on it. Shannon. Nah, I'm putting 2 on the 10, but you know, I mean, sex is sex. You know, if if he did this knowing and willingly, then that's, you know, he got to deal and suffer the consequences and got to deal with that. I guess, you know, lose his job, and I guess they want him to do so. But we're gonna talk about it. But that's trending right now. And then also, um, Don Richards versus Diddy. Diddy's been in the media for quite some time now. We all know this, but she's suing him for millions. This is a civil lawsuit. This is not a criminal lawsuit. She's still suing him. We're gonna get into it a little bit. I got some notes there. And then last but not least on the list, I just want to give shout outs to AV to the 7th Power. She's doing an absolute wonderful job over there, and she's studying to be an attorney at law. And then you got retired lead attorney. That motherfucker cracks me up when he do that. I swear. And then you got Katt I. Hi guys. I mean, she is just. And then when she do her, man, that she's awesome, man. I love Katt. I be in her chat every morning. I cannot wait to get on the courts. I feel like I'm in court with her. Like we reporters of the court, but I'm not as big as her. She huge. She's mega. I'm just now scraping the pot and trying to do what I do. Infamous Sylvia, man, she's like an auntie. So warm and very polite. All of them is very polite, respectful. All of them is at the top of their game. But you know, Miss Sylvia, she's like I said, she's like a auntie to me. Not to me, but to you know, it just feels like a auntie in that aspect. And so she do a great job. They stopped her on YouTube from making any money. So if you know her Cash App, I wish I had her Cash App. You know, all of that stuff will be on the screens later on. My technology ain't up to par right now, but when it is up to par, you'll see all of that up there, and I will put that out there. Miss Sylvia, shout out to Miss Sylvia. Me and her was going back and forth on her she was talking to me. I was having a type, but she was actually verbally talking to me through her live, and I was telling her who I was and how I'm interested in things of that nature. And she was like, for sure, when you know where she's at, I'm gonna get down there, and we gonna definitely hook up. She said definitely to hook up with her. So shout out to AV to the 7th Power. Shout out lead attorney. Shout out Katt Williams. Shout out infamous Sylvia. And then I'm gonna go to the Dear Woke Christian. Dear Woke Christian, I caught on to him as well. I like his channel. I like his content. I like the stuff that he's doing. He's a ex. I don't know if he's ex, but I think he's a retired school teacher. And he does very good content. You know, he's very inspiring as well. So I pay attention to him. I subscribe to all their channels, and also I do my little supporting here and there when I can. Ceddy Nash is another one. Shout out to Ceddy Nash, to that king right there. He doing his thing as well. So I just wanted to make sure I do my shout out. But I'm gonna get into more detail of who they are and everything that they doing right there. Let's go to the top. I always like to play my jingle. Let's play the jingle. Uh-oh. Radio podcast. CUTTHOAT. Okay. Let's go back. Play the jingle. Well, we're gonna do the jingle and then we're gonna go off into it. We're gonna get into it. CUTTHOAT. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. I'm talking Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. And you know what it is, your boy, your host, Rizzo. I'm in the building and I'm feeling like, yee! And we sponsored today by Be Your Own Movement. Boom. Blow up on them. And you see, I got my display. Now, this display right here, and you can't see it on the IG Live. Let me scoot this over. You can see it right here on the GoPro, but the IG Live can't see it. And so let me scoot this over so my IG Live can see it. I got my display. It's not all my display, but I put some display up here because I want y'all to know what's going on. This is for when y'all get fresh and y'all get out of line during the sports segment. And this is the sports segment. So let's put our helmet on. I got my helmet right here, and I make sure I gotta have that close because I know I look like a crash dummy and a patient when I put this on. Yeah, it's about that time, guys. It is 49ers football. Yes, indeed. Now, I just want y'all to know that I got my game together and my team got their game together. We had to pay Trent Williams. We had to pay Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk dropped some passes, but we paid him. We got everybody paid. Everybody got paid. What's up, Jordan? I see you, cuz. Yeah, so, at the end of the day, so we basically talking about football. Let me get this down real quick. It's in my face. Yeah, you do care. That's why you mention it. If you don't care, Jor, why would you even talk? You see what I'm saying? What's up, D-Mac? I see you on the IG Live. So we basically talking about football. This is Updates and Announcements, Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Football this week. So Ravens versus the Chiefs. We know this already. Ravens got the score 20-27. They got the win over the Ravens. We know what happened all in that game. We seen that game. That was, I believe, Thursday night football. Going into Sunday night football, Packers versus the Eagles. The Eagles walked away 34-29 with that game right there. On that game, Jordan Love will miss 3 to 6 weeks, MCL strain. So he strained his MCL, so he's gonna be out the starting quarterback over there. And so, and this goddamn signal keep going out in and out on IG Live. I hate that shit. The signal's dumb in here. So anyway, Vikings versus the Giants, 28-6. Giants got their ass beat by the Vikings. Saints versus the Panthers, 47-10. Panthers got dog walked, and I hope my cousin Preston Jackson is watching. And if he not, Preston Jackson, guess what? Your Panthers got dog walked. You always trying to run your mouth about my 49ers, but why your Panthers didn't do nothing, huh? Get this out the way. Get this out the way. Jor, and the rest of y'all, get this out the way. Why you didn't do nothing? Panthers? Hey, Panthers, why? Give me my display. I don't even just give me the display, Rob. Get the display. Get some of it. And luckily, the display don't go everywhere. It just hit the wall, and I can pick up some of the display. Now, some of it is way over there, and I don't feel like moving to go get it. 3 of them is good enough. I got display right here. That's good enough. Okay? So don't talk to me. Yeah, the signal keep going in and out, Jor. That's what it does over here. That ain't my fault. Oh, it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's keep going, though. I don't want to spend too much time rambling on. Panthers and Saints. Again, the Panthers got their ass beat. They got their ass handed to them, Preston Jackson. How about that? By the Saints. Let's keep going. Jags versus the Dolphins. Jags walked away with an L. The Dolphins got that 20-7. Texans versus the Colts. Texans walked away with a win. The Colts walked away with an L. 60-yard TD, Anthony Richardson to Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce on the Colts. They did a 60-yard. They still lost. They did a good touchdown. It was a dope touchdown pass. Don't get me wrong. It was clearly in the end zone. But it wasn't enough to get the win. But it still was a good one. Dolphins. Let me shoot back to the Dolphins real quick. I meant to say this. Excuse me. Tyreek Hill. He was detained and handcuffed before the game. We don't know. We still the media hasn't released any further reasons why he was detained, or at least I haven't caught it yet, and I'll bring it back to my audience when I do catch it. But I do know that he is not pressing any charges, or he wasn't belligerent, loud. He didn't get obnoxious. He didn't use his celebrity. He didn't use his riches, his football status to say, hey, I'm a football. What the fuck you? He didn't do any of that. He was compliant. He was respectful. And he still is compliant and respectful. He don't want no static. He still, feel like the Miami-Dade County Day or whatever the fuck they call the police out there is still, supposed to, serve and protect and all of that. So it ain't like he want to, make a big issue out of it, but he still is clueless as to why it happened, and he does want to know why it happened. And I think the rest of us want to know why it happened too in the media. That's what it is. Here we go. Keep going. Patriots, Bengals. Patriots walked away 16-10. Fuck both of them teams. I don't care. Titans versus the Bears. The Bears walked away with that 24-17. Khalid Williams sacked twice in that game. The Cardinals versus the Bills. The Bills walked away 34. See, and that shit just keep going in and out. I hate the signal in here on my IG Live. But if you go over here to my YouTube Live, if you subscribe to Cut Throat Radio Podcast YouTube channel, Jor, then you can get it over there at the YouTube channel. See, and the shit just it's just gonna stay right there. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go over to my YouTube channel and you can watch it. I'm live over there right now, so just go over there because it seemed like this live is just keep fucking up. Anyway, let me just keep going. And it is what it is. This is just updates and announcements anyway. And if you want to catch the whole updates and announcements fully linked without any skips or any mess ups, just go to the YouTube Live. Anyway, let's keep going. Where was I at? I was right here on the Cardinals and the Bills. Cardinals walked away with an L. Bills got that 34-28. On that same game, though, DJ Dallas, he scored the first return touchdown in NFL new kickoff rules. And that was on, I believe, the Cardinals. The Cardinals did that. Steelers versus the Falcons. Steelers walked away with that 18-10. That was a good game. I watched that game my damn self. I thought the Steelers was going to lose, especially when I ain't going to call him stupid. That's my nigga. Especially when what's his face? Ace. I work with Ace every day. Especially when Ace texts me saying the Falcons and then the Falcons ended up scoring, but they still lost. It was 18-10. They lost by 8. Broncos versus the Seahawks. The Seahawks walked away with that 26-20. I don't really care too much for that anyway. The Commanders versus the Bucks 20-37. The Bucks walked away with that win. Here's the meat and potatoes right here. Let's talk about this. You got Nicki Minaj, you got Drake, you got Lil Wayne, you got Juvenile, you got the Hot Boys, you got all these people stepping up talking about why they didn't get a chance to do the Super Bowl out in the New Orleans, or no New Orleans rapper ever got a chance to do the Super Bowl. Well, I don't really know, and I don't really have the answer, but that's a good question, and we have yet to find the answer. But they say K-Dot is streaming right now. They say K-Dot is on fire, so I feel the reason why they probably chose K-Dot, not Jay-Z, but the reason why the NFL, whoever the people that pick it, whoever the people that's responsible, whatever, because it's a lot of people responsible. I got to fix my thing. It's people responsible. And the fact of the matter is, whoever is responsible for picking the entertainment for if you haven't subscribed, see the YouTube, the YouTube is fine. If you go to my YouTube channel, I'm on YouTube right now live. I'm streaming live, Cut Throat Radio Podcast, updates and announcements. It's crystal clear. You can see me. I got the GoPro running. Just get off. I'm ready to just get off my IG Live. The IG Live is really fucking up right now. The IG Live is really fucking up right now. I'm ready to just tell everybody, go over to the YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed to Cut Throat Radio Podcast on YouTube. You catch me live right now. Anyway, I got the paper all in front of me. I can't really see with this fucking helmet on. That's the problem. I can't really see with that helmet on either. So anyway, so K-Dot is going to perform at the halftime show. Everybody start blaming Jay-Z. I don't really, if you haven't subscribed to Cut Throat Radio Podcast on YouTube, go over there because the IG keep going in and out. The signal is dead. So just go to my IG live. My YouTube channel live right now. I'm over there live. Just everybody go over there, please, if you can. But anyway, K-Dot, he's gonna do the halftime show for the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Now, it's a lot of New Orleans natives that are very upset and they voicing their opinion. those that are from the South and all this other. Nicki Minaj ain't even from. Actually, Nicki Minaj is from New York, but she voiced her opinion saying, "Why don't you got Lil Wayne? Why don't you got this person, that person? This Juvenile done spoke out. Other rappers then spoke out about why you haven't gotten the New Orleans rappers, and then other rappers like Fabulous and I've seen some other rappers that were out there. They are complaining just as much as this side. So it's pros and cons. Like I said, I seen some people online going back and forth about it, and they was talking about the shit like, well, Beyonce, and I quote, Beyonce had did the Super Bowl and nobody bitched and complained, nobody made a big fuss about it, blah 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, I didn't really put too much thought into it like that. For me, it's whoever performed, just perform. I mean, shit. Usher did it last year. The year before that, LA, it was in LA and they did the one in LA. I mean, it was you had 50 Cent, you had Mary J. Blige, you had Dr. Dre, you had Snoop on the stage together performing at the Super Bowl. You mean to tell me you can't have a list of people like that again? Usher did it last year and he brought the whole Atlanta out. He brought out Ludacris, Jermaine Dupri. I mean, the list goes on. Whoever from Atlanta, and that was hot at the time when Usher was doing his thing. He brought them all out because he got songs with them all. I mean, I'm just saying though. Anyway, what do you think about that situation with the controversy and the trending topic of Jay-Z not giving Lil Wayne the opportunity? They saying Jay-Z's hating and causing some type of buzz about not putting Lil Wayne or some New Orleans rapper on the bill. What do you guys think? It's cold in here. That's why I got the hoodie on as well. Boom the Goon got me looking sharp too, just by the way. And thanks for the sponsor, Boom. But K Dot doing the performance. What's wrong with K Dot doing the performance? We know what song he gonna do all night long. He gonna perform it over and over. He gonna do like he's shooting a video. Not like us. We know he doing that. That's off the rip. And then where he's going with it. He's going to decrease from that or he's going to build up to that, because if you do that song first, you're going to have to do that song maybe one more time in the middle and one more time at the end of your performance. I think that's what it's going to be, because yeah, you got classics and you got this, you got that. You got jams, you got juice. But it's only so much. When you play Not Like Us, all of that is out the window. And that's how a lot of people feel. I'm not hating on the kid. I'm just saying that's how a lot of people feel. I could be wrong. I'm not saying my word is right, and don't take me for granted. I'm just saying, don't take me like I'm serious. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that, though? Audience, everybody. How do you feel about K Dot being the one to be the headliner at the? Now, I don't know if he's the only performer, though. I don't know. I got to do more research. I got to get more paperwork on that and write that down and make sure I bring that to the audience. But anyway, nonetheless, shout out to the whole entire situation. I'm not getting the bag off of it. I'm not winning anything off of it. And even doing this podcast, the updates and announcements about it, I'm not winning right now. I mean, pennies to a dollar because I monetize or whatever the case may be, but it's pennies to a dollar. It's not a lot. Trust me. CUTTHOAT. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Now I know I'm late. I had to move. I had to pack up everything up, the stuff that I'm not using no more, as far as my culinary stuff and the catering shit that I was doing, the bars, the night bars, the gummy bears and everything like that. I had to pack all that stuff up and put it in storage, and I had to move locations because I had to downgrade. I had to consolidate and downgrade. And so I'm here and I got to rebuild I'm not really going live on Instagram. Facebook no more, because a lot of that stuff was everything that I did over there was free. And now that I'm monetized, I got to make sure that, I put everything on the platforms that I'm monetized on so I can build the money up. It's all about building. But anyway, I'm here. You see the backdrop. You see I'm in the building and I'm feeling like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got the backdrop behind me. I got the north, got the east, got the west with me. No, I got everything set up. I'm here, man. It's home. It's temporary home for right now. So this is where Cut I Radio podcast is. The wall, the Bay Area musical wall right there. We're gonna get all of that taken care of as well. Anyway, let's keep going. I don't want to keep rambling. I'm still on number one, football right now. I just want to finish this off. Raiders versus the Chargers. Chargers walked in there to no, it was in LA. I don't want to misspeak. And see, every time I start talking about football again, the damn signal go down. But that's all right. Um, Chargers versus the Raiders. Raiders 10, Chargers 22. Raiders just can't lose. They gotta jump folks after they know it's over with, or by the time they know it's over with, they gotta start a fight. They gotta pick a fight. They gotta start shit. And that's what the Raiders do. That's how they do. And you Raider fans, burn all your jerseys. Might as well throw your shit away. Your season is over before it even started. How about that? Failure nation. Raider nation. No, failure nation. We didn't see none of you Raider nation posts. Nobody did anything about Raider this, Raider that, Raider the Cat in the Hat. I didn't see any Raider nothing. When the Raiders played and lost, it was so quiet on social media. I had to get on social media. I said, why the internet ain't on the internet? Huh? Where's the internet at? I searched high, I searched low. I didn't see no internet. Why is that? I wonder why. Because the Raiders lost. And then we turned around and won. The Raiders wanted the only way that they could feel better about the loss that they just suffered opening day of the NFL on that Sunday was if roll around Monday night, we turned around and lost too. That's the only way they was going to feel better. No, we upset y'all. Y'all lost on y'all own. We ain't losing with you. Now, moving along, Dallas versus the Browns. Now, I know you still watching, Marcus. Dallas versus the Browns, Marcus. And everybody that's a Dallas fan. I don't think Dak Prescott deserved that bag that he got. That's just my opinion. If you don't like it, I don't care. Go to hell. But I don't think, because y'all ain't even play a contender, though. Browns ain't even a contender. And then another thing, why did y'all give Dak Prescott that much money? He don't deserve it. He lost to Mr. Irrelevant last season. He got his head kicked off a few times by Jimmy porn star Garoppolo. And I think if I'm not mistaken, that kid, Mr. Irrelevant, cooked him the season before last when he got his arm hurt, and then he bounced back and was able to bounce back, and I gave him that shot of adamantium, and he was able to bounce back, and he cooked him last season. Okay? And I think he's going to cook you again. He's going to be a cooking motherfucker, that little motherfucker. Let's keep going, though. Rams versus the Lions. The Rams couldn't pull it off. They lost by 6. The Lions got that 26-20. Puka Nacua out with the knee injury on that. So Puka Nacua going to be out with a knee injury. All as well. But you basically got the updates and announcements here from Cut I Radio for as far as football this week. First week of football. Moving along, Monday Night Football was the 49er gang against the Jets. We walked away 32-19. Everybody wanted us to lose, but we didn't. We upset the whole entire NFL. We looked really good. Trent Williams looked good. We didn't even have CMC. We didn't even have C-Mac. We didn't even need C-Mac. We had Jordan Mason. Mitchell was out. Mitchell out. Next man up. And that boy wanted to play. Boy, he went out there and ran right down they motherfucking throats. Now, I know everybody going to say the Jets ain't a contender. And they rightfully so. They not. They could be. Aaron Rodgers ain't no fucking pushover. And he looked at sharp. Some gray areas out there because he rusty. He haven't played in a whole year. That's what everybody don't remember. He got injured and hasn't been on the field in the whole fucking year. So for him to come out there and throw laser dart passes and still be able to be, semi precise, and Brock Purdy was able to, win him over. Wow. But I get it. We got all the weapons. We got this over here. We got that over there. We got this over here. We got that over there on both sides of the ball, defense and offense and defense. So I understand that we are a contender team. Well, give us some contenders and let us eat them. We're going to give me something. Give me my bottles. Here we go. Bottles, Rob. Give me something. Give me something to knock over, because I told y'all don't run your mouth. I told you, didn't I? And y'all ran your mouth anyway. I told you, do not run your mouth about my team, and y'all did it anyway. Run your mouth again. Okay? And I got a message for Kyle Shanahan. If you go all the way to the Super Bowl and don't win, I'm going to be homeless. I'm going homeless. I'm going to drop everything I'm doing. I'm shutting down the podcast. And I'm telling you my plan now. I'm going to go homeless and I'm going to get off the grid for about 5-6 seasons. I don't even care if you in the NFL no more. I'm going to find you and I'm going to shoot your head off. I'm going to pow right to the kisser. Lose another season. Lose this season if you want to, Kyle Shanahan. Anyway, transitioning on from the NFL. Next week, we got a lot of stuff to talk about for next week on the NFL. Let's just let the NFL cook. We got the NBA coming up. The WNBA has been cooking over there. Caitlin Clark, Angela Reese. It's been just a lot of stuff going on over there. As far as the Olympics and everything like that, Simone, what's her name, Jordan Childs. It's just been a lot of good talent that's out there on the African American, the black side. So the black delegation is looking really good out there. I don't know about the rest of the other delegations and the other ethnicities, but I know the black delegation is looking good. We're looking real good. So just keep up the good work. Shout out to Steph Curry and his wife. They went out there. They doing the press conference for their brand and everything like that. They donated money to Oakland School Unified School District. So they giving back to the community and things of that nature. Shout out to all of that. Moving on, Bloodline, transitioning into interviews. As you can see, I got a lot going on, so I want to make sure I get all of these people in here, get the interviews before I leave out of California. My Bloodline will be here. My Uncle Danny, we call him Danny Dingo, in the crest side of California. But my Uncle Danny Thompson will be here, stopping by. He started his own business. He crawled up out of the depths of hell, if you will. He was dealing with, I don't want to go into his story and I don't want to go into too much of the darkness, but he was dealing with so much darkness, he had to find the light. And when he found the light, the light turned on, and he ain't looked back ever since. And so I'm very proud of him. Shout out to my Uncle Dan. I'm very proud of Dingo for all his accomplishments and everything like that. We're going to talk about his past a little bit. We're going to talk about his present. We're going to talk about his future. Well, that's definitely the segment of the show. And we're going to let him talk about it. We're going to let him get in depth. Up close and personal car service is his business that he does. And so up close and personal car service, we definitely going to talk about his business that he got going on, up close and personal car service. Videos are sharing out there. My uncle is very inspiring from where he come from. And I know where he come from because I was right there raised. He raised, gave me some game, educated me, and raised me as well. So definitely going to get into his past, present, and future, pick his brain with all his game. Y'all going to learn some shit about me. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about me a little bit. You're going to Falcons, Rob. You're going to Falcons. We're going to talk about it. Gaymon Howard Jr. He is inspired from the show. He reached out to me. When he reached out to me, I was like, for sure, we got to get you in here. The boy plays sports. I believe he was in Oregon, I believe. I'm not mistaken. Young man doing his thing out there, running all over the field. A beast. He's a beast. So we definitely going to interview him. We're going to let him talk about his past growing up. We're going to definitely talk about his present, where he is now and where he's going in the future. We're going to do all of that. I got Tammy. I got P. Reek. I got this person. I got that person. We're going to get them all in here before I get out of California. So definitely stay tuned for the Cutthroat Radio podcast segment of the past, present, and future. And then also, I've been talking to another friend of mine, a close friend of the family. We go back like rocking chairs, Eulandis. And we're gonna do a segment, more so, the church, getting more spiritual, bringing some more spirituality to the podcast, letting everybody know that I do indulge in the biblical mindset. I do talk about, the uh basic instructions before leaving Earth, if you will, for lack of a better term, Bible for short. And me and Eulandis, we're gonna be able to, open up the scripture. I got a Bible, he got a Bible. We'll open up some scriptures. We'll read some scriptures out loud. We'll talk about how the scriptures make us feel, what it means, how to, comprehending the scriptures at the same time reading them, things of that nature. And we're gonna bring that here to the platform, and have folks, interacting with me. It's actually a church on the other side of me in the same vicinity, and they be here Sundays and Tuesdays. A little promotion for them, and they do their thing with Bible study and all that. Um, and so a lot of the stuff that I'm doing for the show, you know, that's what I'm doing. And so Yolanda's to be here. We're gonna talk spiritually. We're gonna have conversation about what we read. We're gonna get feedback from the audience. We're gonna talk to I'm gonna talk to my cousin Hennessy Martine, and see if he can come in and give some word as well, talk about scriptures and things like that. I see Top Rate Knee. What's up, Tyree? I see you, cuz. Yeah, P. Reek. When I say P. Reek, I was talking about the interviews. I'm talking about the interviews that I got coming in here. So I got my Uncle Danny coming in here. I got Gaymon Howard Jr. coming in here. Tammy will be here. P. Reek will be here. EB Daddy of the Hood will be here. So on and so forth. That's what I was talking about. And I understand today is Nehemiah Day. And rest in peace to Nehemiah. I was ready. I didn't get a chance to get there yet. And I don't want to jump the gun because that segment is coming up, the RIPs. Right now, I'm talking about interviews. I transitioned from football and sports to, well, basically just football, and talked a little bit about the other sports, and transition into the interviews. And so basically, this is what I'm doing, putting together something that I think will be very helpful for a lot of people, because a lot of death has happened, a lot of people losing their lives, a lot of people just need prayer, just need some type of outlet that they could watch, that they could see, and that they could participate in, and give some feedback and engagement. That's what I'm gonna bring to the platform. And moving on from that, it's gonna be good. And I do got a segment that I want to do. It's called the sex education. I'm gonna figure that out as well. Moving on from that, 50 Cent, I want to talk about this real fast. 50 Cent is the second largest property owner in Shreveport, Louisiana. And I got this from the sources from Wasted Facebook page. And so after acquiring more than 10 properties in the area, recently invested totaling over 2.4 million. And so from my understanding is he's finna put together a place to like something similar to what's his name, Tyler Perry Studios. That's because I believe I've seen some outlets where 50 was talking about building a studio and everything, so he could do all his production for like his his series and music or whatever have you. And I'm all for it. I'm all for that. Because boy, we need more like you. We need more like you. Let's see here. You got to salute him. You got to salute him for everything that he went through to get to where he is today, and that goes for a lot of people that come up in the game. If you still hating on a motherfucker, you lame. You lame as fuck if you hating on a motherfucker. That's some lame shit. Because you got the same 24 hours in a day. Instead of worrying about somebody else's fish that they eaten because they were taught to fish, you need to learn how to fish so you could eat as much fish as you want in throughout the entire whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't complain about your situation. Change your situation. Don't look at other people's lives and say, "Oh man, he shouldn't have that, or he shouldn't be the one to do it. It shouldn't be him. I could do that too." Don't do that. Just go do it. If you feel like you could do something that other people doing, and why would you want to do somebody else what somebody else is doing anyway? Be original. Come up with your own thing. Like be your own person. Don't try to be somebody else. That's lame too. But if that is if that's how to each his own. To each his own. I don't want to ramble. But yeah, he made some investments out there. Got some property in remote areas, and he acquired a lot of property out there. So salute and shout out to 50 Cent, and hopefully we'll see the outcome on what he's got going on out there in Shreveport, Louisiana. Education. There's number 4. Let's talk about education. The reason why I brought up education here on my show is because when I was watching the YSL trial, the way that the young men that were up there on trial that were speaking, I mean that were on testifying, that were speaking, they are not literate. They are not educated. They do not pronounce words. And you could tell. You could tell that they didn't finish whatever they didn't finish as far as school. And even when they were in school, they probably wasn't even really fully paying attention anyway. And that's just my personal observation, just watching how they testifying on the trial. For example, specifically, let's everybody say it with me. Specifically. Say that with me, everybody. Specifically. No, you had this nigga Woody up there. This nigga said Pacifically, like it was an area or a body of water. I said the Atlanta school district failed them miserably. And then another one, Muntuk. I don't even know Muntuk. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but the nigga name is his nickname, his street name, his alias is Muntuk. Now that's a clever alias, I guess, because you can't even pronounce the motherfucker. Well, who the fuck came up with that name? First and foremost, how the fuck you even come up with a Muntuk? The nigga name is Antonio Sledge, and why is his name Sledge? Don't it sound like some type of garbage or some type of waste? Man, you better get that sledge up. Or you could be talking about a sledgehammer. Man, where the sledgehammer at? I'm working here. I'm just, no disrespect to your name, young man, and no disrespect to I'm just, it's a cracking a joke. No disrespect. Just playing around. But education. Grab a book, read. It's not hard to read. I got these books here. Now I show these all the time. I got the white version. I got the black version. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich by Dennis Kimball. And these two books are similar in a lot of different ways, different because you got the black perspective and you got the white perspective. One was in modern times and one was back in the 1920s or 1900s at the beginning of the 19th century. And so you got, the steel mill, the iron, the all of that stuff in Napoleon Hill's version. And then Dennis Kimball, you adopt a lot of that in his thing, but he adds his twist to it. And so you get a lot of different angles from his perspective of all of that. It's very educational. That I read, and I was a poor reader. Growing up, I was not a well reader like I am now, and I'm not saying I'm at the top of the food chain reading, but I'm just saying like I could read way better than I did when I was younger, and even writing, having to educate myself on writing, reading, and going back to school. Now, when I went back to when I went to let's say ARC, the junior college that I went to, I want to just say I went over there, took the assessment test, and I placed it wherever I placed that. And I was like, wow, I really need to, get my shit together, stuttering and not being able to pronounce the word, remedial type shit. I'm like, fuck, I'm oof. And so I buckled down. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not afraid because, I know I could, pick up a book and actually read the shit now and comprehend what I'm reading. And so I got a list of books over here that I read or whatever the case may be. But that helps practice reading, practice writing, practice doing anything that will educate you. And don't just, you don't have to pick up boring books. Pick up books that that you are going to be interested in and read them. It may be fiction, it may be nonfiction. I know you got Google, I know you got YouTube, I know you got your phone. But the good old pen and paper It won't hurt to pick up a dictionary as well, and actually look up the words if you stuttering with words, like really educate yourself, really start paying attention to, so that way you can pass down the education to your family members. I see it all the time. I'm out there in the streets, I'm ripping and running, and I see people, that they just not educated, and lazy about it. Don't want to do their kids. These kids nowadays don't want to do their homework. And I was like that. I can't front. I was throwing my homework out the window. Literally, I would throw my homework out the window. My grandma Miss Thompson must have wore my ass out for that shit. And I'm stupid for that. I'm not proud of that. I should have did my homework. I should have been studying. I should have been reading more. I should have been, instead of playing Sega Genesis and Nintendo and Super Nintendo at the time, I should have been reading, 1 or 2 hours out of the day, and then go play with my friends. You know what I'm saying? But and then I should have educated myself on finances. If I would have been reading and studying and learning stuff, instead of playing fucking video games and shit like that, I probably would have stumbled upon banking, and stumbled upon not stumbled upon, because they was literally teaching finances, but economics, and when you're in school. But I would have paid attention to the turn of the century with technology, and I did kind of, but I just didn't stick with it, or I was too focused on trying to run and go get money over here out of the streets. I wish I wouldn't have did that either. I wish I would have been a lot more. I wish I would have been a lot more self-educated to not run out to the streets to go make that fast money, instead of really, learning how to do finances, banking, or investments, stocks, bonds, CDs, all of that type of stuff. Learning how to do all of the stuff that it wasn't really just like threw all in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm a chef. Yeah, I do the podcasting and all of that good stuff. But I missed out on a lot of stuff because I was so attracted to the negativity of the streets. I wanted that fast dollar more so than anything. I thought that was the way to go, but you know, not really the way to go. So educate yourself. If you feel like you lacking in some areas, pick up a pen, write out the words, do some math, write out your, basic shit, basic shit. It may sound corny, it may sound like I'm preaching and I'm just talking out my ear, but I mean, in the long run, you're gonna be like, damn, if you really pay attention to, um, educating yourself, you'll be a lot better off in the world. Even if you got to go look up YouTube and Google and all of that stuff, because that stuff educates you as well. Um, you may need to visually see it and not necessarily read it on paper to actually, comprehend some shit. Education, education. And you don't necessarily got to go to school. You should. I encourage you to go to school at any level of education, from preschool up into fucking daycare up until college. Until the time you graduate college. Go to school, educate yourself. Be about, and when you educate yourself, it expands your mind to want to travel and see things and do things and not just be stuck in the same place. Because when you don't educate yourself, you can't go nowhere. You're gonna be stuck. And the reason why you're gonna be stuck, because you don't know nothing. And so you're gonna be trapped in this bubble. You ain't gonna be able to think outside the bubble. You ain't gonna be able to critical think. You ain't gonna be able to get yourself out of situations because you didn't educate yourself. I mean, common sense it goes a long way. It does. But if you add the education to common sense, that will take you even further. Anyway, let's go keep going, transitioning on. Rest in peace to Metro Boomin mom. Metro Boomin mom was brutally murdered by her husband, Leyland Wayne, Leslie Wayne, Duncan, provided for her family. Leslie Wayne, excuse me, I'm saying her name wrong, and please forgive me. She was 51 years old. Leslie Wayne Duncan provided for her family. Leland Wayne is the husband, and he murdered Leslie Wayne Duncan. And I caught the story the other day, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. As long as Metro keep little backstory on Metro Boomin. So Metro grew up, um, you know, uh, again, grade school, having to having to stick to the education because his mom wanted him, to focus on school and become something, from school, educating himself and everything like that. And he had a passion for music. He had a passion to be in music. He had a passion to make beats and stuff like that. And so his mom found that out, and she said, "Well, if you keep your grades, A's, B's, she would drive him from St. Louis to Atlanta. That way he could, collab with folks out there, network with folks out there, sell his beats and things like that. Well, it paid off for him when he finally made it big with the record Mask Off. That was produced by Metro Boomin. We know that was Future. Mask Off. Mask Off. That was one of his, one of the big ones that kind of like propelled him, and then from that point on, he kept going. Lawrence Duncan is no, wait a minute. Tyrone Lawrence, yeah, Lawrence Duncan. That's I guess that's his real name is Lawrence Duncan, Metro Boomin. Uh if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on that. I got that right here, but I don't know why I'm mixing that up. And so they found her non-responsive. She was non-responsive um inside from a gunshot wound. And Lawrence, oh wait a minute, no, Lawrence Duncan is the husband. Sorry about that. Leland Wayne is Metro Boomin. That's why I was looking at it. Like, wait a minute, that's wrong. Leland Wayne is Metro Boomin. Lawrence Duncan is the husband that took the life of Leslie Wayne Duncan. And so Leslie was found unresponsive inside her house from a gunshot wound, and then Lawrence took his own life as well. He was a coward, coward, coward. I guess they got into it over. Um, well, I didn't even write that down right here because I don't want to lie. I don't want to make nothing up. And it's hard. I think if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to. I don't want to say it. I don't want to. I don't want to do hearsay and speculate. You know what I mean? I'll bring it back to my audience because I need to get that again. I want to say it's because she was so involved with her son, and she was trying to help him with his career and stuff like that. I think the husband just got jealous and thought that she was cheating, and I don't think that was the case. And so anyway, rest in peace. My heart goes out to the family of Metro Boomin and all of that over there. Now that this is right after the thing with Drake and all of that. So uh and we got to go back to what's the name that just passed away? Uh Rich Homie Quan. Rich Homie Quan, that he had just found out what happened to his dad in the barbershop, and then this just happened. So this shit is sick. And I don't want, again, I don't want to speculate and I don't want to do hearsay, but I do got some thoughts there. Anyway, rest in peace. I'm gonna play the jingle real quick. Let me break the ice. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Segment of RIPs. This is where I get into the RIPs right here, and I just want to send my condolences to Donnie Dog's family, to Bobby Loke. His funeral was today, and then also JB. Again, I didn't know JB. And long live Nehemiah from Round Street in the Crest. I definitely want to send. That was on my list right here. I just wanted to make sure I touch bases with all of these RIPs. James Earl Jones just passed away, and Frankie Beverly just passed away as well. So I just want to make sure I send my RIPs to everybody that's out there losing their lives and the families that's suffering behind behind the unalived people that are out there. Hopefully I could say it that way like that. But yeah, so um man, it's real, it's real. You know, James Earl Jones passed away, Frankie Beverly passed away, the other names that I named. And then Nehemiah, he passed away long time ago now. And the police in Vallejo did it. They murdered Nehemiah, shot him, and took the Katt I life from us. And so his passing actually is today. The passing of Nehemiah is today. So yeah, 20 years. 20 years went by. And that's a long time. That's a long time. That's a long time. And also Dave passed away as well, his little brother. So man, we that's it hurts. It hurts. I'm gonna do a moment of silence for everybody that lost their life. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. Number wait a minute. Let me. So you said what is that? Ask the nigga you finna interview how the police got on us. Who was the nigga you talking about, Cuddy? And I'm gonna love you, boy. Right on. I love you too, Cuddy. I appreciate that love and support right there, man. I appreciate you for sure, for sure. You know, we talked about all that when you was in on your way home. But who was the nigga you was talking about? But and while you're getting, I guess typing and getting that together for me. Number 8, the boys and girls hit my line. Okay, I hit your line. Number 8, the boys and girls empowerment group after school program. Uh, registration has begun. I'm 2 days late. The program started 2 days ago on the 9th. The program hours of operation on Monday 2:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Wednesday 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Again, the program started 2 days ago on the 9th. And if you don't know the location, it's down in Vallejo. It's 1638 Fairgrounds Drive, Suite 2, Vallejo, California, 94589. Again, this is the Boys and Girls Empowerment Group after school program. Hours of operation Monday 2:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Wednesday 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. And this, again, this is the registration. The registration that already began 2 days ago. Again, the address is 1638 Fairgrounds Drive, Suite number 2, Vallejo, California, 94589. If you need more information, I'll get more information for you as far as to get the kids down there, get them backpacks, school giveaway. I mean, school supplies and things of that nature. They offering tutoring at the program. They offering to do you to help you with your homework. They got activities going on over there. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have time where you could take a break, do a recess, anything like that nature. They help you with looking at if you're in the age group of transitioning from high school going to, well, you shouldn't be going there at the age of high school, but I mean if you're transitioning from the younger classes or the younger like I guess daycare all the way to what 6th grade, I want to say. um they got all the stuff you need in there to help you be successful, and they got a good staff over there as well, starting off with Orlando Graham, and then from Orlando Graham, it goes all the way down to the bottom. So that's what's up over there with the Boys and Girls Empowerment Group. That's number 8. That's in Vallejo, California. Number 9, what's trending right now on social media, some of the bread and butter. Shannon Sharp was smashing a young chick on his IG live, and it activated. Well, he said that the phone had activated on its own, and it recorded, and he went viral, or it's going viral, but the video is only 5 minutes, and he was thrusting her. Now, I don't care about no dude having sex. I mean, he having sex, he having sex. But the thing about it is, if you did this as a publicity stunt, that you didn't have to do. If it was actually a pocket, you sometimes you do it out of your pocket or whatever. If that was actually the case and that happened, then that is that. If you because now you're backpedaling. You're saying, you didn't do it. It wasn't because you didn't, it wasn't your fault. You didn't do it, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. Shannon Sharp, he's saying he got hacked. I don't know. I don't know. You ain't been hacked not once since you was on over there with Skip Bayless at Undisputed. You ain't been hacked not one time with Ocho Cinco when you're doing Nightcap. You ain't been hacked not one time when you was over there with God damn it, Dog and what's all of them over there? I forget the name of it. The first take with what's your boy? Damn, I can't get his name right now. What's your boy over there at First Take? Stephen A. Smith. All of that. Your phone don't never get hacked when you're doing none of that, but all of a sudden it's hacked now. Once the video come out, it's a sex tape. It's an IG live sex tape. I think you leaked it on purpose because you want more views because you ain't getting enough views and I ain't think you're downgrading yourself or nothing like that. I'm just saying you a culture. You're what they call a culture vulture now at this point because you seeking the attention. You got to have the attention. You got to keep the mojo going. And the only way you do that is if you pull pranks and stunts like this. I need to do something to get my views and ratings up. If I go out there and run outside with mustard on my back naked and somebody film it, I just might hit the lotto. I'm talking about skyrocket. But see, I got to degrade myself. I got to kick myself in the ass. I got to make myself look like shit in order to get the bag. Like, why y'all just can't give me the bag what I'm doing right now? Why do I got to go out there and degrade myself? But that's what the media is. So I get it. And I guess he going viral. Shannon said he got hacked. You don't even see nothing on there. You don't even see him thrusting or nothing. You don't see no sex. None whatsoever. You don't see none of that. You just hear moans and voices. And it's like, that's boring to me. I watch porn and I want to see porn. I want to see you running up in her. Now, I don't want to see Shannon Sharp. Excuse me. I don't want to see Shannon running up in her. And I don't want to see no man, but for that matter. But I mean, porn is porn. So I mean, if you watch porn, that's you're gonna see a man having sex with a woman. That's just what porn is, or a woman having sex with a woman. I don't do the men on man. You won't see me watch or deal with any man on man stuff. So that's but I will watch regular porn, a man and a woman. That's porn. Shit. Anyway, your thoughts on the sex tape, on the IG sex tape from Shannon Sharp. Anybody? I know y'all gonna watch the playback and all of that good stuff. So, I mean, you give me your thoughts. Me personally, I don't give a rat's ass. Folks want his job taken because of it. I don't think it should go that far. If the woman personal life is not revealed and Shannon Sharp, no lawsuit, shouldn't be no lawsuit. You don't know who the woman is. She can moan all you want. That is not gonna figure out who the woman is. It's not. The clip ain't even long enough. You don't see no bodies, you don't see no heads, you don't see no shadows, you don't see shit. You just hear moaning and voices. Y'all thoughts though. Give me y'all thoughts. Let's go number 10. And this is not last on the list. The last on the list is the shout outs, but we're gonna do this real fast for the Diddy. And I only added this because Diddy is just trending always in the media as well. Diddy and Don Richards, or Don Richard and versus Diddy in a lawsuit. So she is suing Diddy for millions. I didn't write down the exact total amount because it's a lot going on, and I want to make sure before I give the exact total amount that all of the information on it is accurate and available to the public. So anyway, I'm just giving you a heads up of what's going on out there right now with Diddy. Diddy is in so many different lawsuits. This Dawn Richards, I guess, was part of making the band split up. She got thrown off the show because she didn't want to participate in some old weird ass shit Diddy was doing. Diddy probably wanted her to suck his left toe, bite his left nipple, jack his dick off, and do some weird ass shit all behind the scenes. I don't fucking know. I'm just saying. And she wasn't down with the shit no more. She wanted to get off the goddamn roller coaster, so she got off the roller coaster. As a matter of fact, she didn't volunteer to get off. She didn't want to do certain things, so he, being Diddy, kicked her off. Didn't want her because he was like, "Your energy is bad. Fuck you, bitch," and all this. So I don't know. It was weird. And then she throwed somebody else off because he was saying the same thing about her. Diddy weird. Diddy got problems. And Diddy needs to be put down like a goddamn dog. Now I'm just, Diddy crazy though, man. This shit is crazy. So much is surrounding Diddy. I would definitely exclude myself. Now it ain't just Diddy in this lawsuit because we know Diddy is attached to money, and whatever money is attached to Sony Records or whatever big companies. Not only is Diddy getting sued, they're being sued as well. That's what the whole situation is on Diddy part. So I know he's in hot water, beating Cassidy all on the video. You beating bitches up all in public. I mean, all type of stuff is going. I see you, Preston. I see your ass right now. I see you. Now, Preston, I'm gonna go back up because I'm on number 5. I'm on number 10. We talked. Let me go to the top real quick. We talked about football and football. The Panthers. Don't run from this either, Preston. Don't you fucking run. Let me go to the Panthers. Right? Where's the Panthers at? Panthers got their head kicked off. 47-10. The Saints kicked your fucking head off. How about that? Huh? How about that, PJ? You want to be called PJ? PJ. Not the real PJ, the fake PJ. Anyway, that was number 1. Number 2, we talked about the interviews to come. Uncle Danny gonna be here. We're gonna interview Uncle Danny. I got other interviews to come. 50 Cent, I talked about that. Shreveport, Louisiana. Education, number 4, is very important to me. Number 5, Metro Boomin and his mother passed away. I talked about that. Number 6, President. Oh, as a matter of fact, damn, I skipped that. I didn't even do number 6. I got to go back to number 6. Whew. The president debate. The minors don't play nobody. Stay right there because we're going to go back to the top. Let's go to the president debate from yesterday. I watched the presidential debate, and the presidential debate is a motherfucker. So Kamala Harris has more education. She's more experienced with law. She knows how to talk professionally. She's very educated, and you could tell how her demeanor is when she's talking and she's giving her when she's politicking. You know what I'm saying? Versus Donald Trump. Now, mind you, we know that Kamala Harris sent motherfuckers to the penitentiary. We know that her track record is this, that, the third. We know all of this. And I'm not agreeing with Kamala Harris and the Democrats. No, I'm not. And I'm not agreeing with Donald Trump and the Republicans. I'm not. But if I gotta choose one of the lesser evils, I'll choose the one that is lying to me in my face and not the one that's trying to sucker me into the shit. And the ones that's trying to sucker you into the shit is Kamala Harris and them. And I know I'm gonna get flagged for this. I know I'm gonna catch smoke for this. I know the women unite and all this other shit. Listen, you want somebody to send you to the penitentiary, or you want somebody to grab your pussy? I like to grab pussy. So I'm gonna grab the pussy. I want the nigga to grab the pussy. I'm grabbing the pussy with the nigga. So, but I'm not with him, pause, no grabbing pussy with him, but I'm just saying. But Donald Trump, you ignorant when you talk. You are simple, one-minded, uneducated, but you do have policy that did help when you were in office at one point, tax brackets, things of that nature. You helped with student loans, things of that nature. But you did go in deficit. You did, you didn't you all the things you did promise. You promised to a certain tax bracket, and you made sure that that tax bracket was okay. But the rest of us were still scraping the ground, licking the ground for crumbs. The poor people. Trump, you know, you still need to reveal your taxes. You are charged with, I think, 36 or 32 counts. 30 of them counts being you misappropriating paperwork, your taxes, whatever the case may be. You grabbing pussy or whatever the case may be. All of that shit. Kamala Harris, she's no better. Kamala Harris and the Democrats, they lie to you sneaky. They juice you. They tell you all of this shit that they gonna do. They promise all this shit, and they don't do none of that shit. They take your money. Versus the Republicans, they don't lie to you and be sneaky. They just tell you straight up, we don't give a fuck. We taking your money. I'd rather for a motherfucker to just come straight out and tell me versus a motherfucker lying to me and being sneaky and conniving. And that's what the Democrats do. Now, I'm not on either party. I'm just saying. Now, as far as Panthers, trash. In the words of Bubba Duck. Give me my bottles. Give me my bottles right now. Hey, PJ, don't you go nowhere, PJ. Let me get my display, PJ. And I'm gonna use the restroom real fast. And while I use the restroom, you guys can listen to the soothing sounds of CUT. While I get my display.
It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. Cutthroat Radio Podcast.
Y'all stay right there. I'm gonna be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom. But here, look. While we going, I don't own the rights to the music playing. Listen to that. But you did to me. Love with all my heart. I swear to God I do. So forgive you. I never forget what you did.
I'm not a human being, and I came up from nothing. Just imagine that. Now I got my own. Just imagine that. Trying to take it from me, I ain't got it back. I lost day one. Just imagine that. Feeling like it's all on me. Soon as they fall, they gon' call on me. I remember when they used to talk about me. These days, no, I got it all. Just imagine that. Like, I remember when it wasn't nothing but us. These days, now I got it all. Chopping game with the president, we on a call. Yeah, freely looking. Now we flying over Boca Raton. I swear to the fly you, it ain't no denying. I'm trying to, we going up. Got another female, see she wanna write nothing. Told her I ain't coming, you gon' have to fight for me. I'm in the studio, I'm on the ground right now. Like right now. And I came up from nothing, just imagine that. Now I got my own, just imagine that. Trying to take it from me, I ain't got it back. I lost day one, just imagine that. Feeling like it's all on me. Soon as they fall, they gon' call on me. I remember when they used to talk about me. These days, now I got it all, just imagine that. Just believe, all praise be to God right now, IG. I've been to hell and back, now I'm saying different things. And what
All right.
I don't get tired, I'm a billionaire, what you believe.
Pull my pants out.
All
right. Let me stop that because I don't want to get blocked. I don't want to get stopped. Anyway, Preston, PJ, I hope you're still there. We talked about the presidential debate. We talked about our RIPs. I had to send my RIPs out there. The Boys and Girls Empowerment Group, number 8. Number 9, Shannon Sharp, and all the fuckery he got going on and all the shit he trending with. He got the sex tape, IG sex tape. Don Richards versus Diddy in a lawsuit. We talked about that. Just finishing up on that. And then last on the list, on this list tonight, as far as updates and announcements are concerned, we're going to talk about the shout outs. I got shout outs to send to AV to the 7th Power. I want to make sure I give a shout out to AV to the 7th Power. Love her show, love her content, everything she got going over there. She's covering the YSL trial. That's where I get a lot of my content, a lot of my information. That's how I educated myself with a lot more law, due to the fact that I've been paying attention to the YSL trial, along with a lead attorney. That nigga kills me when he say that shit. The lead attorney. The lead attorney. Shout out to the lead attorney. Shout out to Katt I Williams. Hi. I love Katt I Williams. That's my boo right there, man. I'm always on her live feeds in the morning. We go back. I feel like I know her. I don't know her. She from I believe she is from Fulton County, Georgia, but moved to Florida. AV was in Atlanta and moved out of Atlanta, I believe. And then infamous Sylvia is in Atlanta. She's still there, but she's from New York. Dear Woke Christian is in Atlanta. I don't think he's from Atlanta. I'm not sure though. And Ceddy Nash is from LA, Sacramento, I believe. LA, Sacramento, something like that. And he's out there in Atlanta now as well. But I just want to make sure I give AV to the 7th Power, lead attorney, Katt I Williams, infamous Sylvia, Dear Woke Christian, Ceddy Nash, and Nick, they flowers for all of the content and everything they put out. Shout out to all of them, man. I like watching their show. They did their own streaming podcasts, and they covering the YSL trial, and that's how I learned a lot of stuff behind the YSL trial, just interacting with them and their live chats, the mods, sending support, and all of that stuff, playing around and all that stuff. Infamous Sylvia, I was on her live feed the other morning, and she was actually interacting with me, and that made my day. It really warmed my heart because she took the time to actually go back and forth with me, and we was talking about Sacramento and Atlanta and Frisco, the Bay Area. She used to live out here and all this other stuff. So that was dope to interact with. And Katt I Williams, she's so cool. Every time you put up something on her, if you interacting with her a lot, she'll post it for her chat, streaming the mods and everything like that. So that's dope to be able to interact with her. Ceddy Nash, same thing. AV to the 7th Power, and lead attorney, same thing. The same feel, man. It's all love. It's all warm. So I just want to make sure I give a shout out to all of them, man, and big ups to everything. AV to the 7th Power. She just hit, I think 50,000 subscribers over there. Shout out to that. Lead attorney, he's up big in subscriptions. The Dear World Christian, he's moving up on subscriptions. Miss Sylvia, they trying to stop her money monetizing or whatever, but she's still up on her subscriptions. Katt I Williams, she just hit the 20,000 mark. That shout out to Katt I Williams on that. And Ceddy Nash, he got his view. I think he's somewhere in like the like 40,000 or some shit subscribers now or something like that. And he do numbers over there, 400,000 views and plus. So shout out to all of them. And thank y'all for allowing me to come on y'all platforms and interact and engage with y'all and everything like that. I appreciate all of the love and support there. And last on the list, we got the Vikings coming up this week. We play on Sunday. I think we play at 10 o'clock. I believe so. We play at 10 o'clock. Other than that, it's Cutthroat Radio Podcast. I'm finna get the fuck up out of here. I'm finna go do what I do best, which is smoke, eat, and go to sleep. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, maybe in a few days. I just got to get my shit together, get my notes together, and come back in here strong. But I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I appreciate everybody with the support and everything like that. I don't own the rights to the music that was playing. That was, by the way, that was Imagine That by Kevin Gates. Imagine That. I almost fucking forgot the song. Imagine That. But anyway, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. I'm out this bitch, Mr. CUTTHOAT, and we leaving out on the jingle. CUTTHOAT. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. It's the Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Preston, this is your brain. Preston. Let me let the IG thing come back because it be fucking up. Preston, this is your brain. And they don't want me to do it. Come on, IG. Preston, this is your brain. And this is your brain on drugs. Any questions?